But we've seen this many, many times from Somnus, and he does tend to really kind of perform. I'm excited for this series, John. I'm not going to lie. It's a very, very exciting series between these two. You talked about it last time around. CDEC got the game. XM, Somnus, going to be in that mid lane. So the Leshrac versus the Void Spirit. Not a matchup we get to see too often in this current meta. Could be very dangerous for either though, right? Like XM should arguably have somewhat an advantage early on. But then later on, once you've hit that 6 mark, it can get a bit dicey. Something this Undying. Bot lane, of course, you'll see James and SRF there. They're up against Xnova and Chalice. Xnova going to get chased down. A nice fish route from James. I don't know if they have enough damage yet, but Xnova still trying to run. Gets the cogs out, but no. SRF did have enough damage with the sticky napalm stacks. And with that, first blood will go to the way of CDEC.
Yeah, it's a pretty darn good start for them.
Lane, XM could be in trouble. FY, Fisher doesn't connect on the Rubik, but they'll pop the Edict. Now Aether coming in, they get the Split Earth off. XM, no, he didn't even get it off. He gets it off now, but it doesn't connect. And so FY will just run out of there. And I don't think there was really much kill potential. I'm not sure who this favors. Like James, he's going to stun him up once with the Enchant Totem, now with the body blocks as well. Old 11, still a very tanky target with level 2 Kraken Shell.
Going down their progression massively, you freed up the bot lane as well.
He's in trouble, he's been lifted up, thrown down, a lot of damage being dealt here. Somnus gets the other Astral Step, but a nice Soul Rip out from Victoria will save the day. Now the Split Earth will miss, and they might just turn around once again. Xnova showed up on the clock, but I don't think they can. All their spells are on cooldown, and FY maybe just overextending a little bit, but we'll be able to walk out of there. Now Somnus going to be in trouble. XM with the Pulse Nova just burning him out and eventually does get the kill. They should be able to get the trade here, but no, the fish is out. The Soul Rip, it won't be enough. They'll lose the Leshrac, but they're going to find a hell of a lot more for their trouble. Or maybe not. Xnova holding everyone in place, and James will also go down.
The amount Somnus lost for all his effort there with the buyback was just about 5 gold, so very worthwhile for him. And SRF down bot, left alone, is just gone as well.
It's at
Maximize these early aggressive course, although
Somnus, oh, he's getting caught out here. Nice Fisher. He will Astral Step away. Old 11, he just comes in from the high ground, has level 6 up. He just hasn't skilled Ravage yet. He's holding on to it, now using those 1 charges, but he is surrounded. He will go down, and now they also got Xnova.
Slork rotate in as well does kind of give you a bit more though. He misses out on some farm, and
Victoria, he was there a second ago. He just disappeared on us. I think Somnus played a magic trick right there. And
of course, they can kind of go for a pick-off if they wanted to at this point.
Chalice, he's being very aggressive now into SRF bot lane. We'll just back off, just trying to force SRF away from this lane. You'd be feeling a lot more confident. In fact, Xnova is very confident. He just jumps in onto James, but they back off immediately after forcing 1 TP. FY gets the Fisher, and that'll be the disengage.
Yeah, that's really worthwhile because you force out the ult usage from Victoria and the Tombstone.
Somnus very aggressive, just jumping back in onto XM. Can't fight this either if you're CDEC. You know Old 11 probably has Ravage. He's moving in as well, just threatening with his position. Victoria backs off, but now Somnus just kind of pokes and prods at them. They won't engage with the Ravage quite yet. They'll hold out. However, Xnova gets a hook shot, and he does get SRF. He had the Firefly going, however, so he's just going to make a run for it. But Somnus is going to be on the chase. CDEC, can they fight this? Ravage comes out, connecting on 4 heroes, and now FY does kill off XM. Looks like Arme is going to start going in with the Shadow Dance, but that's about to wear off. He'll go after Xnova, but he's been lifted up as well. There's the Fisher coming in, but Chalice is there on the PO, and they will get Arme. And that Tombstone also, you've got that Echo up on James, but you don't have the Blink yet. SRF looking for a lasso, he blinks in. That's not going to be good news though. He gets blown up straight away. A decent Fisher out from James, but is it going to matter? Probably not. XM's being chased down. He will also go down. Xnova does finally die, but it won't matter if everyone else gets out of here. Somnus will lose his life. Chalice still trying to make a run for it. Old 11 still hasn't committed Ravage, by the way. He still has it up. And he's trying to turn this team fight. James cops the gush. Old 11 wants this kill. Soul Rip's going to be there from Victoria, but yeah, Ravage just committed. Just get the kill. They'll leave Victoria be. might get started onto SRF, but he gets the lasso first. Still, Victoria, he does die. However, Somnus just melts under the damage of XM. And now Old 11 doesn't really want to be there anymore, but he has no choice in the matter. He is also going to die. In that mid lane is chasing down Victoria. Now, this is a dieback on this Undying, so it's really well worth just rushing in for it. They are going to get it. And they might even try for that tier 2 mid tower. What they've got to be afraid of...
Magic armor. Keep yourself safe.
XM. Echo Slam was committed as well. They just want to burst down Old 11. It's a long stun out from FY, and now Xnova, he hooks in. Straight up that Earthshaker. James gonna get taken down very, very quickly. You'd still call that worth if you're CDEC, I guess. It's a support for a core. You did commit that Echo, but now Armor, he's going to go for more. Lasso's going to be out. On to Somnus. Can he get himself out of here in time? Not quite. He's been perma-stunned. He'll die, but Chalice jumps in. FY now going down. Chalice, a bit of a sitting duck right now, needs to make a run for it, but can he? He'll try and fight this out a little bit, waiting for that Doppel to be back up. He's still burning alive, though. 1 second left, but no, he won't get it off in time, and now poor old Xnova, he was the only one left, and he is going to go down like the rest of his team. CDEC will team wipe them.
It's a really big swing for CDEC's side. Just a bit too aggressive there from LGD, even without that shaker. Without the tide for wider AoE control, you do kind of lose out when everyone's clumped up like that, especially on this PL. Going for the SNY meant that you had no self-purge with something like the Manta style to rush out, so you are a bit more vulnerable on that control, on the amped up damage CDEC has. Have to be a bit careful there to how far forward you push Chalice at this point in the game.
Yeah, it is true. And Chalice may feel like, but he will go for a TP, and Xnova, what a hook shot! He knew exactly where he was! That was outside of the Rocket player vision, but he knew there was only one other place to hide. Starting soon, there will be a smoke up once again from CDEC. They understand the position of LGD right now, and they're going to try and take advantage of it. Of course, the outpost was taken by LGD, which is exactly how they know. Xnova going to be the first one to get spotted. Victoria, smoke broken. They'll get the lasso off, but FY is there with the lift. Tombstone dropped, and they are all just going to back out. FY, Flame Break going to connect. He is probably going to be in a bit of danger here. Luckily for him, he does actually have the Dark Pack, so he can purge off all these slows that are coming his way. But they definitely just don't have much turn potential right now, and that means CDEC will take that tier 1 top tower.
They're going to need a little bit more. You've got the Diffusal up on Chalice now. That's a massive damage spike for PL, although...
Oh, Old 11, yeah, he's been caught out here. Mate. I don't believe he actually got the Silver Edge strike off, so he didn't really get the break, and now they'll lift him up. Ravage committed as well. Here comes Chalice. He does have that Diffusal Blade up, but there's that Shadow Dance. Now instead jumping onto XM, but the Pulse Nova gets turned on. Xnova forced the hook shot in, trying to cogs him away from the tide, but can't quite do so, and now James jumping in with the Echo as well onto that PL. It's not going to be enough. Chalice is still dancing around, but the rest of his team are dying around him. Somnus trying to run, gets netted up, gets split Earth as well. He's in big trouble, but Chalice is in even bigger trouble right now. They're still trying to fight back. It's a 2v5 situation. Can they actually do it? Chalice, no. He will end up dying, and Somnus has no other option but to just run. Oh, that split Earth as well, breaking the trees that were blocking his way. He'll get an Aether Remnant off and just Astral Step, but there's the Fissure coming out now from Chalice, and CDEC will be able to pretty much get the full team wipe here. Somnus, however, turning around back onto James, but it is not going to be enough. And Xnova
on point with kind of forcing these fights to their favor here.
Oh, mate. Finds Xnova. Hookshot, not going to land on anything either. Not sure what he was trying to hookshot onto, but it wasn't going to work out. Still trying to run away. SRF just popped the BKB. Xnova, he's still juking them out somehow. Does eventually die. And,
he could try to contest, but it's just gone. They scan a bit too late.
They can make the run up, but yeah, it is too late. Unless Xnova somehow got a hookshot off in time, but he's way too far away. And so, Silver Edge used again. Of course, Arme underneath the sentry might run into Chalice. No, he'll turn around now and find Somnus. He's got to be a little bit careful. He's a bit surrounded here by the side of LGD. They could turn, but they may assume his team is right behind him, so they'll leave him be for now. Arme continuing to try and bait them forward. Now the rest of the team is coming in. SRF, he'll show up. BKB up, gets the lasso straight onto Somnus. Can he survive this? He's still pounced up there, but he gets the dissimulation off and will just get himself out. Or maybe he doesn't. SRF's still going. Meanwhile, in the backlines, a Ravage committed. James, he'll be the one to die. They'll go back in though. CDEC wanting to try and go after Chalice, who does jump onto Arme. Arme just man-fighting back the best he possibly can. They just want to keep fighting. Pounce now onto Chalice. He's falling very, very low, but another doppel out. He'll run towards the north, but now X-Nova goes down. What did FY steal? He got the Pulse Nova, but that's not going to be enough to change this team fight. So Chalice will keep running. He has another doppel up in just this, right now. He's just holding on to it. He'll use it. Victoria was waiting in the right spot, and he's going to die anyway. He just can't get out of this seat.
And it just kind of
XM?
CDEC can. Oh.
Yeah, he may have overstepped the boundaries a little bit. He
targets just so much control that can fly in and
mate, just gonna run straight into FY. Of course, gets the pounce off though. Forstaff's gonna be there in time. FY actually getting saved by that Fisher blocker. James now blinks out of there. Chalice will start going in. There's gonna be the BKB pop by SRF. He'd love a lasso right now and does get one onto X-Nova, but nobody's gonna be able to capitalize off that. So he'll just pop his blade mail and walk away. Now Victoria getting very low on that Undying. He's completely out of mana, but a great Fisher block out from James. It's not gonna be enough, however. Now Somnus going in with a Dissimulate. Who does he want? He just jumps away. Arme now joining the team fight as well, trying to go after Chalice on that PL, but there's the Ravage, there's the hook shot. X-Nova splits up the team fight with the cogs now. James can't get in there. He echoes nothing. But they still end up getting the team fight win as X-Nova and Old Levin already ends up dying. But it's Chalice and Somnus. They're trying to fight back there with FY in the backlines. They'll go straight onto James. However, they do get the kill on Somnus and now James will die. But XM, he's on a rampage. He just burns them alive at the stake. Oh, XM, it's the Leshrak's the dream, John. He just stands there with Pulse Nova on. And they just keep fighting around him.
Yeah, they just can't focus on XM. They're forced to look for the other targets, try to force a numbers advantage, but they can't burn the rest of the team fast enough. And XM picks himself a very easy rampage on the Lesh, and of course opens up the high ground for this push, and it's a very fast push coming out from CDEC.
Oh, that it is. Of course, Diabolic Edict is still a thing. It's just because the hero is not a meta doesn't mean he can't burn through towers very, very quickly. He's even holding on to the second Edict right now. He might... You can't really go for any other racks because both tier 2s are still available in both lanes.
It's going to be a constant factor here as, again, they don't really have defense to stop the Lesh from doing damage.
Oh, here we go.
They have to start moving now. Doesn't look like they're really aware. And that's going to be another Roche going the way of C.
Trying though, but moving in Somnus. He can't afford to give this away and he knows it. 8th Remnant, not really going to latch anyone in. However, Lift is going to be there onto XM. Rocket Flare gives the vision. Watch for X-Nova. He'll look for a hook shot into that Roshan pit or maybe just create all kinds of chaos to try and get that Aegis away. Roshan's still low. Somnus is in, but XM, he does pick it up. Here comes X-Nova though, hooking in, but he doesn't want to be there any longer. X-Nova, or rather Chalice, trying to get out of there. Now the lasso as well, catching out another in the form of FY, and they will get a 3-for-0 trade on top of the fact that XM does have the Aegis up. Oh, and Old 11 by the way. Make that a 4th hero.
I mean, that whole movement really was just a bit too late there. Even if they were just trying to steal him. They're skipping the tier 2, going straight for the top set of racks first, so they just want to take what they can, try to force the buyback real quick, and can't blame them. Just gonna melt really fast either way.
It's not really a way to stop this unless you commit those buybacks, but even then Chalice doesn't have one, so you're really missing your main source of damage right now, and even then that main source of damage isn't really that high in comparison to CDEC. And so CDEC just gonna play the safe game. They'll take that open lane of racks. Tier 2 will be taken out. No, they're gonna go for all of it. XM, he's going in mid lane. Arme now has a butterfly on the way as well. It's really going to help his cause out, especially in forms of damage. And this will be mega creeps now as LGD aren't in a position to try and defend at all. They're going to try. Somnus will jump in with that Aghanim Scepter, silencing them up, but it does nothing. They'll take the Megas, they'll walk out. Chalice just respawns. And CDEC, they're going back in. They'll get a lasso straight onto Somnus, but there's the hook shot coming up from Xnova. But he is dying so quick, and so is Somnus. He has no HP left. He'll walk back towards his fountain, but they've left Chalice behind. The PL in the middle of all the heroes of CDEC, and they'll call the GG. He doesn't have buyback, so there's no way they can defend these tier 4s. And CDEC, John, they're looking good this series, I'll tell you. 1-0 for them so far.
Yeah, really solid performance from CDEC. They ran their draft well. They managed to make victorious